Chad opposition leader Yaya Dillo killed in shooting. This story has brought so much concern in Chad and also in Central Africa. Um, this opposition leader was very popular. In fact, he is related to the interim president, that is Mohammed Deby. They are like cousins, yeah. And he has died in a shooting. In fact, just within a couple of days, so many um, opposition figures have also died. And people are speculating that Mohammed Deby is behind all this violence in the country. But this has not been proven yet. So let's continue with the story and see what it says. An opposition leader in Chad, Yaya Diallo, has been killed in a clash with security forces in Chad, officials report. Diallo was accused by the government of involvement in a deadly attack on the country's security agency, which he denied. Heavy gunfire erupted near his party's headquarters in the capital, Jamina, on Wednesday. Diallo, a vocal critic of President Mahamat Deby, had opposed him since Deby took office in 2021, succeeding his father, who was killed by rebels after ruling for 30 years. The violence comes ahead of presidential elections scheduled for May 6 amid a restoring constitutional rule. Communication Minister Abdulrahman Kulamaha told AFP that Diallo refused to surrender and fired on law enforcement before his death at his party's headquarters. On Wednesday, Mr. Diallo said the accusation he was behind the attack on the National Security Agency headquarters was intended to make him afraid so that I don't go to the election. One of Mr. Diallo's colleagues, the General Secretary of his Socialist Party Without Borders, told Reuters news agency that PSF members had come under attack from soldiers outside the Ants building while trying to retrieve the body of their colleague Ahmad Rabi. Well, this new development in Chad kept everyone thinking, like, what exactly is going on? How can Mahamat Deby call for an election and then turn around and started assassinating all the opposition candidates? How come? Why would he do a thing like that? Is he just trying to give an image of being open to election while behind the scenes threatening everyone who intend to compete with him? Is that what he is doing? Is he making sure that there will be nobody to challenge him so that he can be the sole runner and the sole winner of the election? Has he tried threatening them and couldn't succeed, so he has resorted into just eliminating them? There are a lot of questions that one has to ask. But we will wait to get response from the international community, from CEMAC, and also from the AU. They would come up with the reason behind all these killings in Chad. But enough of that. Let's get along with our next story for the day. Sudan, RSF commit ethnic killings in Darfur, UN says. The conflict in Sudan is something that people are just hitting their head about. You know, Omar el-Bashir governed that country for like 30 years and he was a dictator, he was an authoritarian, but people suggest, or people might think, or people kind of have this opinion that it was way more better than now. Because after Omar el-Bashir was overthrown by the general public, the country has seen no peace from there. The military rulers who took over the country after Omar el-Bashir have just kept on fighting each other. They have plunged the country into a civil war, and we can now see what is going on in Darfur. Sudan has become something that people can recognize anymore. It's really, really sad to see Sudan becoming like this because people had hope that when Omar el-Bashir was gone, things were going to change, that they would finally have democracy and the people in Sudan will finally have what they have always wanted. But their dream of a free Sudan, their dream of a peaceful Sudan is far, far away. Really far, far away. So let's continue with this article. Paramilitary forces and their allied militias fighting for power in Sudan have carried out large-scale ethnic killings and rapes as they took control of much of West Darfur, which could amount to war crimes and crimes against humanity, UN experts said in a news report. The report to the United Nations Security Council, obtained Thursday by the Associated Press, points to a terrifying picture of the brutality of the Arab dominated Rapid Support Force against Africans in Darfur. It also explains how Rapid Support Forces managed to take control of four of Darfur's five states, in part through complex financial networks involving dozens of companies. Sudan plunged into chaos in April when long simmering tensions between the army led by General Abdel Fattah Burhan and the Rapid Support paramilitary forces commanded by Mohammed Hamdel Dagalo boiled over into the street, fighting in the capital, Khartoum. The fighting has spread to other parts of the country, but in Sudan's Darfur region, it has taken a different form. Brutal attacks by rapid support forces against African civilians, particularly members of the Masalat ethnic group. 2 decades ago, Darfur became synonymous with genocide and war crimes, particularly by Arab Janjaweed militias against populations who identified with Central or East Africa. This appears to be the case again with International Criminal Court prosecutor Karim Khan, saying in late January there was reason to believe both sides were committing war crimes, crimes against humanity, or genocide in Darfur. The panel said Darfur was experiencing its worst violence since 2005. The ongoing conflict has caused a large-scale humanitarian crisis and displaced around 6.8 million people, 5.4 million in Sudan, and 1.4 million who have fled to other countries, including around 555,000 to neighboring Chad, said the experts. This is a very troubling thing. Sudan has always been a trouble nation, and this happening again and again makes you wonder if there will ever be a solution to this problem. Sometimes I don't understand Africans. I really don't understand Africans, especially people and power. Why do they always fight each other is something I don't understand. Don't they believe that they could all negotiate and all have some compromise so that there can be peace in the country? By them fighting, don't they think that the population are suffering? How does all this fighting help the population? But then again, who am I kidding? Whoever told you they were out there looking out for the people? Whoever told you they were out there for the population? Whoever told you that they care about the people? They don't care. All they do is about themselves. All they care is about themselves, right? They don't care about the population. They don't care about the people. They don't care about nobody else but themselves. It's either they are in power or nobody else. And so they will fight to the death. And the population is not caught in the middle. So sad. So sad. So our thoughts and prayers are with the people of Sudan. We hope that a day will come when they will finally get the peace and democracy they deserve.